Calorie counting don't work because
Denying something that's been consistently proven by science. Let's see his reasoning.
metabolic adaptation, like your body's just gonna start burning less energy with the less calories you're using.
The biggest part of your metabolic rate, your basal metabolic rate, is largely determined by your body weight. So obviously after you've lost weight and become a smaller human being, you're going to require less calories to live. This doesn't invalidate the laws of thermodynamics. Think about it logically, a smaller engine's fuel consumption is less than that of a bigger engine. And another part of your metabolic rate, your NEAT, can subconsciously decrease since this is subconscious movement. But that typically happens when you overdo the physical activity or cut the calories too low, or a combination of both.
2, you're gonna be over hungry and your willpower is not gonna be able to withstand
Some degree of hunger and a caloric deficit is going to happen. Your body doesn't care about your fat loss goals, it only cares about survival. And when you're giving it less calories than it needs to sustain itself, of course it's going to hunger signal you to some degree. Relying on willpower is not the way to go about it. And if you make good food choices and your sleep's on point, since sleep does affect your hunger hormones, then you can mitigate this hunger. There should only be a bit of hunger, but you shouldn't be overly hungry, otherwise you're doing something wrong. Once again, this doesn't invalidate the laws of thermodynamics.
Also, not every calorie is the same. So if you say I'm gonna go from 2,000 calories to 1,500 calories, but my 1,500 calories are gonna be all carbs, well, you're gonna be over hungry. If it's all fiber, it's gonna be different. If it's all protein, it's gonna be different.
Calorie is simply a unit of measurement of energy, so all calories are the same. It's the macronutrients that those calories are coming from that differ. And obviously, it's not a smart decision to just eat 1,500 calories of pure refined carbs. But no matter how healthy the food is you're eating, you still have to be in a caloric deficit to drop fat.
You're also gonna start losing your muscles more than you lose your fat most of the time.
Nope, you'll lose little to none if your protein intake is sufficient and if you're stimulating your muscles adequately by doing some form of resistance training. And maintaining as much muscle tissue as possible is what's going to keep your BMR as high as possible, because muscle tissue is the most metabolically active tissue.
Your body's gonna be like, I'm in survival mode.
It doesn't exist. And it's one of the most stupid things I've heard of.
It's not gonna be really conducive to losing weight. So I'm not a huge calorie restrictor type of person. I'm a more get your insulin down type of person.
Ah, an insulin warrior. That explains it. Let's see.
For my logic, insulin stops lipolysis, which is the first step of burning fat.
Insulin doesn't stop this process. It slows it down slightly, temporarily. And what's most important is your overall caloric deficit, because later on, when your insulin levels are a bit lower, lipolysis will just occur at a faster rate. Survival mode, proven wrong by science. The insulin notion, proven wrong by science. The literature's there. I'm not saying put yourself into a caloric deficit of just donuts and cookies. Prioritize nutrient-dense foods, but most importantly, get yourself in that deficit.